It's been a time.
It's been a wow. A year, a lifetime.
Yeah.
Welcome, folks, to Cinema Double Shot. I'm Wallace McKelvey, a journalist and filmmaker.
And I'm Mickey Mouse. I'm Paul Hood. And yeah, that's me.
Paul Hood, who is, I'll do your introduction, an educator, a playwright, an actor, a filmmaker, an all-around great guy, period.
Yes. Yeah, I'll do Wallace's introduction. He's a filmmaker, an editor of film and news. And he's also a great improver, and he loves karaoke.
I love karaoke. Which, did you see that there's no more karaoke at Kajimashi anymore?
What happened?
It sounds like they have new management, new owners.
Yeah.
And I saw on Facebook that the guy who runs the karaoke was like, "Sorry, folks, no more karaoke."
That's crazy.
Right?
So now you gotta find a new place.
Gotta find a new place.
Yes.
And my birthday's coming up. I was going to do karaoke for my birthday again. So I think I have to have a change of venue.
306 does karaoke. Does HMAC do karaoke at all?
That's a great question. They used to. I don't know if they still do.
That's the perfect place for
karaoke.
So.
Yeah.
All right.
So
any karaoke, any establishments out there looking to do karaoke, there you go. Oh, I think Paxton Grill does karaoke.
Yeah. Oh, and there's also the Pour House.
Yes.
And there's also there's a place out near like beyond Steelton. Where is that? Is it High Spire?
High Spire in Middletown.
Champions or something?
Oh, yeah, it's High Spire.
Yeah, High Spire. So, anyway, so ask us any questions about Central Pennsylvania karaoke, and we will give you answers.
Yes, well, he will, because I don't do karaoke.
So, as you can probably tell, this is going to be a much more relaxed episode of Cinema Double Shot. Although they're always pretty relaxed.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. It's been a minute. It's been like a month since the last episode. But the reason for that is Paul and I have been super busy.
Yes.
With River City Stories.
Yes, we've been crafting the next set of stories for audiences, and it's been a challenge, but I think we have something great. We have something.
So we're literally recording this podcast after Paul and I sat down and watched the second from last version of the film. The last version is currently exporting on my computer, and we're about to send it to Midtown Cinema, where it will be screening July 17th, 18th, and 19th.
Yep.
As part of the Harrisburg Fringe Festival. Yeah, so a treat for y'all, I did a new version of the trailer. It'll be up on my YouTube channel, but we're also going to play it right here. If you're watching on YouTube, we're just going to show you the latest 2-minute trailer with some fresh material from River City Stories that we've been shooting. And we encourage you to come on out to Midtown Cinema July 17th to 19th to see River City Stories Part 2. Make sure you go get your tickets on hbgfringe.com. You buy a button once, and then you get to see all the shows. You buy tickets for individual shows afterward.
Yeah.
I tried so damn hard.
It would behoove you to stop f***ing with me.
Let me see the heater, my boy.
Nah, young boy.
Come on, you ain't got that.
Swear to God, I got that joint right here.
You don't need to speak forgiveness. You can write it down on a slip of paper. Let the wind take it. Throw it in the trash. Have either of you ever walked the labyrinth?
It's shine time. I'll be home soon. Definitely before sunset. Love you.
Be careful, or I'm gonna think that you want more than sex.
Oh, City Hall, huh?
We've got history. In another life, we'd be married with a couple of kids. And I wouldn't be mayor.
Have you tried being honest with her?
He was already gone.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
And this is part 2. Part 2 is 3 stories about people who, one person who is unhoused, or as the character in that story says, "Are you unsane?" Which I think is like, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but if you talk to people who are living in their cars or on the streets, they're less concerned about what you call them for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, you call it what it is. You don't have a roof over your head.
Yeah.
That is what it is. They wouldn't, you talk to the average person who's living in that situation. They just want a better situation. They don't want you to finesse what you call it.
Yeah. That's why I had Monty say that, like unhoused. And then you said something about, we're the uns. But I think in this version, he just goes into, how unsafe he feels, or how unappreciated he feels as a person.
Yeah.
Which is the point of him saying that.
And I think that, so Walk is the episode that we're talking about now that Paul wrote. I think you did a really great job of like capturing something that's really complex and telling it in a way that is kind of human scaled.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Wallace. I wanted to show just what it's like, or perhaps what it's like, because obviously I'm not a person that's dealing with
You're not an
homelessness.
unhoused
I'm not
person?
an unhoused person. But, we're all pretty close to, you never know, like, at one point in my life, I was damn close to being one of those. I was floating around, especially in my 20s. I took a lot of those feelings that I had from that experience of being, pretty close to homelessness. And I inserted those into Monty, who was played wonderfully by Aaron Bomar, who's an amazing theater actor in Harrisburg. He's originally from Cincinnati, and Aaron's had a storied life himself, and so I just took those feelings of that anxiety and that uncertainty, and I put those into Monty, and Aaron absorbed a lot of that from his own experiences.
Yeah.
And it comes across well on screen, so I hope audiences connect to what Monty is going through.
And we were talking about this like literally just now in the living room, but we have an embarrassment of riches.
Yes.
In our film project, River City Stories, across the board. Yeah. Whether you're talking about people who, there are several people for whom this is their first like on-screen acting role. But there's also people who are pros who've been doing it their whole lives too. And across the board, watching these performances take shape on set, in around the table read, on set when we're actually filming this thing, in the edit bay, because you don't always know what you have when you're on set, because you're kind of in that rat race of trying to manage all of these things simultaneously, and then you look at the raw footage and it's just like, oh,
this is what we're working with. Yeah, we're lucky. We've and it's not. I think outside of working, we built these relationships with these people for years. Like I've worked with Erica on numerous productions in theater. Aaron as well. Aaron's been in a few of my plays, and so when we sat down during COVID and talked about working on River City Stories, I already knew, like when I was thinking about Walk, or even Gun, that character, I was like, oh, this is Aaron. Yeah. Aaron can pull this off. So building those relationships and, just having these amazing resources is what, gave us the opportunity to work with these people. So,
and that is kind of, the interesting thing about River City Stories is that the way that we've chosen to tell these stories and to make this movie, and a lot of this is like by necessity because both of us have day jobs.
Yes.
Like we could not take off for 6 weeks to like 3 or 4 months to shoot a movie consecutively. Like that was never going to happen for us.
Yeah.
So the way we shot it is kind of around our actors' schedules, around our own schedules.
Yeah.
Over time. And I think so much of this project is it kind of makes sense. It fits with the stories that we're telling, that really what you're watching on screen are the cumulative built up relationships over years.
Yes. Yeah.
Like most, basically everyone on screen, one or both of us have known for years.
For years, yes.
And so it kind of gives it almost, a time capsule element.
Yeah.
But also a sense of like familiarity. Like these are people that have been a part of our lives.
Yes. In some way or another, whether it's through arts or just being Harrisburg City residents, like, and Lancaster also.
Yeah, like Rita Clark is from Lancaster.
Andrew Dixon. Sarge, he likes to be called. Andrew's worked with me, and I document every time I work with somebody that I enjoy working with. I always think, all right, this might be a River City Stories person that would work well. Yeah. Working on these complex stories that we're creating. So, yeah, it's been a journey, a fun journey, challenging, frustrating at times. What's been like your? Let me ask you a question. What's been your most frustrating part of working on River City Stories?
Oh gosh. Well, everything was wonderful all the time. Every step of the way. I love everything about River City Stories. All right, now that we got that out of the way. I think some of it is the crunch time. Yeah. Because for both of us, but also for all of our actors. I think, I've talked to enough other people working in the arts, filmmakers and people who work in theater, especially community theater. It's really hard to navigate schedules.
Yes.
My least favorite part of this process is navigating schedules and all of the, when you think about making art, you think about making a movie, you think about the fun part, which is like, the table read and getting to work on characters and, being on set and giving feedback.
Or going to the premiere.
Like,
the glossy part.
There are lots of filmmakers and artists out there who, have a very rose-colored glasses view of what this is.
Yes.
But there's so much work before you get to the premiere,
Yeah.
before you even get to the set.
Yes.
And both of us have dealt with that to greater or lesser degrees, and all of our collaborators have as well, where everyone has a life. Like I both of us have day jobs, like I said, and in addition to that, both of us have other things that we're doing out in the world simultaneously, and then all of our actors. So we have so many actors who, it kind of feels like there's always something. There's always a new show that they're working on, and so we've had to. There are whole spreadsheets. I have multiple spreadsheets, and bless Josh, my partner.
Oh, Josh!
Josh has done
a remarkable job.
A lot of work.
Like our spreadsheets are very organized. We run a really tight professional ship. Despite it being like really hard to navigate.
But there have been so many times when I've ping-ponged back and forth between different actors on the phone, because there's only so much that Josh can do too.
Yeah.
Josh has created these really elegant, really clear spreadsheets of different people's schedules.
Yes.
But then, creative people, being as creative people are, not always on the ball with spreadsheets.
Yes.
So like that's when you have to pick up the phone and be like, hey, are you available on this date? And then inevitably you run into conflicts between people, because we all have lives.
Yes.
And I can't tell you how many like moments I've had where I've been like, okay, on my lunch break, I need to call this actor, and then I need to call this actor, and I need to triangulate and make sure that everyone's available for this date and this. Oh no, you can't go that date. All right, what about this? That negotiation process and having to like do the administrative side of the filmmaking,
the producing side of it. Like
yeah.
that's for those of you out there in the indie film or even theater that want to be producers. A lot of the stuff we're talking about, that is your job. That is, you're in charge of the funding, the hiring of the casting, the crew mainly, and cast and crew, all of that stuff. So, you see the glossy side of, being a film producer or a theater producer, but you don't really know how much work. It's a lot of work. So.
And similarly, like locations.
Yes.
The same kind of negotiation has to happen for locations.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes you have to go back to people and be like, can you do this date instead? Because this place isn't available on that date.
Yes.
So that's the, I hesitate to call it frustrating, because at this point I just accept it. It's part of what we do.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the assignment.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is like, I'd hazard to guess that's my least favorite part.
Yeah.
What about you?
My least favorite part is, it's hard for me to say because I love film and theater so much. Like, it's hard. I think is feeling like I'm not doing enough as a writer, as a screenwriter. After I'm done writing the script and we go over it and analyze it, and then I do drafts, and I did some work with the sound on River City Stories.
You did a lot of work with the sound.
Yeah, a lot.
Basically every shoot you were at, you were doing sound.
I was doing sound, but I felt like I wasn't doing enough. Like Wallace does a lot of the heavy lifting with the editing and with the scheduling, and you never feel like you're doing enough, especially on an indie film project, because everybody has multiple jobs, and you really have to put your ego aside and just jump in and lift a light, move a light here, get the murder curtain.
We might need to explain the murder curtain.
Let's explain. Okay, so Wallace, before he got a light diffuser, like a professional one, hey, it's indie film, so you gotta work with what you got.
Yep.
Wallace had an old shower curtain that's become River City Stories production legend. And one day I was like, what are you doing when he's setting this up? I was like, that looks dangerous. They said it had very hot light. But it works. When you look at our shots, and our cinematography, it works. So you work with what you got. But it's become a joke on set.
Yeah. All those beautiful close-ups.
Yeah.
There's usually multiple lights set up, and usually the one that is directly lighting the face of the actor, it needs to be diffused because otherwise your face gets blown out. You look like a ghost.
Yeah.
So the murder curtain it softens the light a little bit. It gives you that
it's the filter.
Glow. Yeah.
Like the filtering you have on your cell phone with your cell phones have great built-in light meters that take you take a picture and it gives it a nice soft look, or you can choose the look you want, which is the filtering on it. So that's what the murder curtain does for River City Stories.
But it's also just fun to call
this
it murder.
This is fun to call it.
No one was murdered in the making of
No
River
one was
City
murdered.
Stories, at least not in real life.
Oh, and I did have one weird moment where, and this was my bad. I thought I sent my latest draft of one of my stories to everybody that needed it, and I somehow, my phone is buzzing. Sorry, I didn't copy everybody on email. So some of the actors had the new script, and the people that really needed it, like Wallace, didn't have it. And I could have swore I sent it to him. So, and then just things like that happen in this business. So, but other than that, I think for me personally, it's just feeling like I need to do more. Learn more about, the technical side of filmmaking, like the editing and, working with the camera and stuff like that. So,
and there always is something new.
Mm-hmm.
Like no matter what you're doing or where you're at, there's always, so especially for a small production where, we have, on an average shoot, we maybe have one or two extra people to help us.
Yeah.
And then we've got the actors. And so, most of our shoots, it's probably somewhere between 5 and 7 or 8 people on set at any given time.
Yes.
And some of them, it's just the actor and me and you.
Yeah.
It's super intimate. So there's always more that anyone can do.
Yeah.
There's always something that you can do. And then you get to the more diffuse stuff like promotion.
Oh, yes.
Like social media and press releases and, doing the work of spreading the word.
Yes. And we're lucky in that our media market is really accessible. We're in a medium-sized market here in Harrisburg, and it's really, Wallace writes up a great press release, sends it out, and we usually get a fairly warm response. Yeah. And we've been on Good Day PA, we've been on The Spark. Shout out to David Payne and all the people at WITF, Asia Tab and all. Yeah, we've been on The Spark twice, I think.
Yeah. And Fox 43.
Fox 43, yes.
And most recently, ABC 27 on Good Day PA. Yes. Shout out to Amy and Brett
yes.
and all their crew there. Yeah. And Hugh. Yeah. It's been really cool. And one of the, not to toot our own horn, But one of the really lovely things about doing a homegrown indie film like this, that is very much rooted in the culture of our place and our time, is that we've gotten so many, it's been so warmly received.
Yes.
From people in our community and around our community.
Yeah.
Like every screening, we end up, like, whether it's a formal Q&A or an informal thing afterward, people come up and are like, really, they're vibing with what we're doing.
Yes. Unless the movie, they have an issue with the sound. Remember that? Oh my gosh, that was.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, I tend to block out stuff like that. So yeah, one of our screenings, a lovely, lovely, lovely woman, was like, "It's too loud.
It's too loud.
It's the film is too loud." And no, it wasn't that the film was too loud. It was that the theater was too loud.
The theater's sound was so. All right, so.
Which I do respect. This is something that is very much in the ear of the beholder, right?
Yes.
Like, we all have different perceptions of what is appropriate sound and what is inappropriate. I can tell you that the film was certainly mixed correctly.
Yeah.
And to my ears, it sounded just fine in the theater.
Yeah.
But everyone is different. We all have different ears.
But just to add on to like the positivity of the audience response, I mean, that's the only, not even a really negative thing that happened as far as audience response. It was more like a, just like a critique. I'll take that over anything else, but story-wise, acting-wise, photography, all the bells and whistles part of the storytelling has been warmly accepted. So, I'll take that.
Whenever you do anything creative, there's a risk involved.
Yeah.
You're kind of putting yourself out there. And for this, the way that this all began was, we have all these interesting stories that never get told.
Yeah.
What if we started telling them?
Yeah, exactly.
And, it's certainly a risk that whenever you do that, because art is subjective, much like sound and hearing, there's a risk that it's not going to resonate with people.
Yeah.
And I think that on the flip side is like one of my favorite things about this is how many people have even like come up to me when I'm not at a screening. Like when they just see me out in the world, they happen to see the film at Fringe Festival or, in Zootropolis. And, they're like, "Oh, you're one of those guys."
Yeah.
They seldom know my name. We're not that famous.
Yeah.
But they're like, "Oh, you're that guy. You made that thing at Fringe."
Yeah.
And then they don't just stop there though. They have a conversation like, "What the heck was Heard about?"
Yeah. Heard. I like explaining that to people, and I give them like a really clear explanation, and they still go, "Yeah, I just didn't understand." It's so I don't know. Like I feel like explaining Heard to people has been like this, almost like a game.
If you have to explain it, that you're kind of defeating the purpose of art. One thing I found really funny is like at least two of the people who I've talked to, and I won't name names, but two of the people who are like, "What was the deal with Heard?" and for folks who haven't gotten to see River City Stories yet, Heard is the segment about a man played by Paul who is hearing things.
Yes.
He's hearing like a grinding and a popping.
Yeah.
It's a very subjective experience. He goes to a doctor. He talks to his mother on the phone. He's going through the motions to try to figure out what it is, but he can't quite pinpoint it, and he gets more frustrated as that segment goes along.
Yes.
Because he's not being
heard.
heard.
It's a metaphor about being, just being misunderstood and not trying to communicate and not getting through to people and connecting.
But what's funny is a lot of the people who talk about heard, instinctually, they know exactly what it's about.
Yeah.
Like some of the things that the couple conversations I've had about that segment, the folks, they nailed it. They knew exactly what that thing was about.
Yeah, exactly.
But for whatever reason, it was like, it was just below the surface enough that they doubted themselves. Yeah.
I don't know. I think Heard is one of our... Honestly, Wallace and I, that idea, the way we came up with that idea, was really brilliant. And I'll let you guys in on something, is we kind of created that on the fly. And this is what is cool about the way Wallace and I work, is like we sat down, and I don't know if you still have the notepads or the paper we scribbled the script on.
Oh gosh.
Before we went out and shot it.
I mean, it's probably somewhere.
It's somewhere.
In this mess.
But we sat and we kind of concocted the story together, and then we went out and shot it, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. What, and the dialogue, if I remember correctly, is like we had like a rough outline.
Yeah. And
then we just kind of riffed a little bit.
Yep.
We just riffed.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing I love about that one is, it is probably the most representative of River City being a time capsule.
Yeah.
Because we shot it before the other building that's part of Broad Street Market in Harrisburg burned down.
Yes.
That building, the bones of it are still standing, and at this point it's been several years, and who knows when it's going to get rebuilt in actuality. Yeah. But that building will never exist the way it did when we shot there.
Yeah.
And there's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing about film, period.
Yes.
And film is somewhat unique because, unlike theater, for example, you have a work product that lives on. As long as there are copies of it, it will exist in the world. Yes. Whereas theater is special in its own way, but in a different way. Theater lives on in the mind, but you can never revisit it.
Yes.
You can revisit it, but it'll always be a little different because it's only up here. A film, the perceptions of a film can also change.
Yeah.
But it's because the person has changed.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because they're forgetting something. It's because they're bringing a different set of life experiences to the film that is in front of them. The film doesn't change. It's the person who's watching it that changes.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is really beautiful. Mm-hmm. But in some ways, when you document something, you preserve it forever in amber.
Yeah. Yep.
And
there it is.
That's there it is.
There it is. So, have you? All right. For myself, I'm still writing River City Stories episodes because I just enjoy. I just enjoy the craft of screenwriting. But have you worked on any other things? And when you have time.
Well, I have ideas.
Yeah.
I haven't put any of them down on paper. But I have a few ideas. I think I told you about some of them.
Yeah.
Like, one of them would be really ambitious and would involve us, like, going out of state. Do you remember that one?
Oh, yes. I remember that one. Yeah.
I'm not going to share it in public because it's not ready yet. And I don't know if we'll ever do it. But that was one of the ideas I had.
Yeah, I remember that. That would be fun, actually.
That would be a lot.
It would be a lot.
That would be a lot. I'll be honest. Right now, I've kind of shifted gears away from the writing of things and into the execution, getting the things done, because that involves a whole lot of work.
Yeah.
Like I said this before on the podcast with Vanessa, but you make a movie 3 times.
Yes.
I've shifted away from the writing portion of the movie, and I'm in the combination shooting, because we still have some shooting left to do.
Yes.
Slash editing, slash distributing it.
Slash. There's a lot of slashes involved in getting this thing out there.
And the last month, it has been very hectic.
Yes.
Between shooting stuff and then coming back and editing stuff and making sure we had a full presentation for Fringe.
Yes.
That we can be proud of.
Yes. Fringe has been amazing for us.
Shout out to
Bree.
Bree and Gibby, who isn't with it this year but did it last year.
Yeah, Gibby was on board.
And the whole team of volunteers that are making Harrisburg Fringe Festival happen.
Yes. We know how hard you guys work, so we just wanted to give you your flowers, now during the podcast. Thank you all for bringing Fringe to Harrisburg. When people said that it probably wouldn't happen, I remember Robert Campbell starting like the whole idea of Fringe and having a mini Fringe, and then that took off, and then now we have like a whole festival, and we have artists coming in from other countries to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Like, that's really cool.
And I love it because, there are some outsiders who come in and do really cool shows, but it's also about shining a spotlight on the talent that we have here.
Yes.
And you can see at the Fringe Festival, like, anything you could possibly be interested in is represented there.
Yes.
So you have a couple films like River City Stories, which I hope everyone who's listening or watching this, go to it and tell your friends.
Yes.
But we also have kind of more traditional, like, theater. We have plays. We've got musicals. We've
stand-up comedy.
Yeah. Improv comedy. Which, shout out, I'm in the Offbeats.
Yes.
We'll be performing there. And poetry readings and musical performances.
I saw some last year. There were some guys that came up and did like it was a lot of fun. They did it at open stage. They did. There was a hip hop producer making beats right there, and they were freestyle to them.
Oh wow!
And like they would, I think they would give the artist a word, like a one word, and then they would like put that word into their rhymes, and that was a lot of fun. So
awesome.
I'm not sure I haven't looked at the whole list of what's on tap for this year, but
I was going to ask, are there any shows you're looking forward to that aren't ours?
There's
go to River City Stories.
Yeah, go to River City Stories, but also make sure you get your button. And
you only need the button once. Buy the button once.
Yes.
And then see River City Stories.
Mm-hmm.
And then see everything else.
And see everything. Go see everything you can possibly. I think Clark Nicholson has the record for the amount of shows that one person can see.
I know Vanessa, who is one of the stars of our production, River City Stories, is in 6 different things.
So is she going to be able to see anything?
I doubt it.
She won't be able to see anything.
She will be there. Yeah. She will be there for one of the River City ones with bells on, I'm sure.
Wow.
But she's also like she's in a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the one tricky thing about Fringe is if you're in a show, it's really hard for you to go see other shows. So just remember that. You're doing the work or you're seeing the work.
Yeah, it's a little hard to do both.
Yeah.
Are you in anything else?
No, I put all my eggs in the River City basket.
Yeah.
Because as we said earlier, it's
hard
a lot of work.
Yeah.
So I actually turned down a lot of things, and luckily I'm in a film that's being shot the day my particular role in this movie, my scene is being shot the day before Fringe. Thank goodness.
Yeah, you're playing like a kingpin.
I'm playing a gangster in
a
Brandon Keaton film called a short film. It's like film noir. It's called Stories. It's a really cool script, and this will be my second project with Brandon.
Brandon, there can only be one Stories film. I'm joking.
Yeah, this is my second go around with Brandon. The first movie I did with Brandon was called Calls, which is available on streaming.
Right? It's on Tubi.
It's on Fossum and FearPix.
FearPix.
P-I-X. Fear P-I-X. FearPix. And it's also on YouTube. So it's rare for an indie short to get distribution. So there it is.
It's hard.
It's hard, yes.
Yeah.
So so I'm going to be working with Brandon. But luckily I think he was mindful of like my schedule, which I appreciate.
Well, you've got it's a one day and done.
Yeah,
thing.
So, but yeah, I'm excited about that. But
Yeah.
so I'm gonna go see a lot of shows.
Great.
As many as I can.
Well, I'll plug a couple.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the Offbeats.
Yeah.
Improv for me is not a heavy lift.
Mhm.
And one thing I really love about my team is we've been playing together now for several years, and it's muscle memory.
Yeah.
It is, once you kind of feel comfortable with a group of people, you will do. It's almost effortless. You enter this flow state when you're putting on an improvised musical.
Mhm.
A lot of people, when I say improvised musical, they're like, "What?
Yeah.
Like you're making up songs on the fly?" And it's like people's minds are blown.
Yeah.
But once you kind of work with a group of people for long enough, it's almost like the music just pours out of you.
Mhm.
And we have such a cool vibe
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
And we do lots of weird stuff.
It is probably hilarious.
I have played so many different characters.
Let's
in
talk about the last one you
Offbeats.
played, Wallace.
Oh Lord.
What was it? The one.
So I played.
He's already blushing. Look, I caught him. He's red. He's red as a beet.
Oh, I've got the vapors. I played what do you call that thing again? It is a sponge. A sponge that
Yes.
women used to use in the 70s, 80s, and 90s in their nether regions. You had to be there.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a clip of it anywhere. But
there definitely is.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be directing people to
But
it.
Wallace is famous now for other things.
But I've played various barnyard animals and inanimate objects on stage.
Yes.
And the wonderful thing about it too is it never punches down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like every show we do is very warm-hearted.
Yeah.
And even if we deal with tough stuff, much like River City Stories,
Yep.
even if we're dealing with tough stuff, we deal with it through humor and we deal with it with empathy.
Yeah.
I really dig that.
Yeah.
So I think if you come to the Offbeats, you're guaranteed to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to get any like mean-spirited humor out of it, even if it is a little blue.
Yeah.
It gets a little blue, for sure. And then my partner Josh is doing a queer Cinderella.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Cinderella. It's an all ages production. There's nothing blue about it whatsoever, but just very life affirming treatment of the old fairy tale that we're all familiar with.
Josh's show is definitely on my list of must sees.
And it's got a stacked cast.
Yes.
Like a lot of overlap with River City Stories, and including several people that I would love to work with.
Yes.
You know, who I haven't yet, but
Yeah.
I guess I'm already working with them because I'm actually. It sounds like I'll be filling in. The one day Josh is going to have to. He has to work during one of the shows.
Yeah.
So I'll be like the stage manager / you know.
As if you don't have
Person helping
enough to do.
Yeah, I know. And it sounds like I might be on stage for one of the performances too. So it just, you know, you do what you have to do.
It's for the art.
It's for the art. And that show is actually for the LGBT Center of Central PA. All the proceeds from My Name is Cinderella help support the nonprofit that has really wonderful housing and mental health services and support groups, and really does a lot of work with our community here in Central Pennsylvania.
That's great. And come out and support the artists. Get a cool T-shirt if you want, and just the hub this year, is it at 0 day again?
I don't know.
All right. It should tell you on the website. Last year, shout out to 0 Day Brewing Company. They're our local brewer, microbrew. They did a great job last year of hosting the artists and the people that were attending Fringe.
Yeah.
They had a really cool setup at their 3rd Street, their tap house, I think their 3rd Street tap house right here in Midtown is beautiful, has a nice courtyard. If that's where the hub is again, please come out, hang out with the artists, ask questions, and just hang out and, you know, vibe with people that are making good art. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for joining us here at Cinema Double Shot. I'm Paul Hood.
I'm Wallace McKelvey.
We'll see you guys at Fringe in a couple of days.
At Midtown Cinema, at Fringe. Come out and do something weird. And in the meantime, be kind to each other.
Yes.
Take care.